In this video, I am going to share with you something that happened to me and had a significant impact in my life when I was at the verge of giving up after trying so many times and had only 2 months to stay in the UK. If this is the first time we are meeting, my name is Emmanuel and I am on a mission to assist you to realize your full potential through academic scholarships, job opportunities, and as well as to impact lives through charity projects. One night at the train station, I met this elderly person while I was waiting for my train that would take me to my city. After spending almost 10 hours using a bus and a train to attend a job interview, I was carrying 2 luggages, including a backpack, and appeared to be someone who is in a hurry and hoping not to miss his train. And so I offered to help to carry 1 luggage of his and search for the time his train sets off. Apparently he had not missed his train and we both were going to use the same train. He was grateful I offered to help and asked where I come from and how long I've been in the UK. And so I told him I'm from Ghana and I've been here for the past 10 months. He then asked what brought me to the UK, or do I already have my family here? I told him I am a student doing my master's degree and I'm here by myself. I don't have any family member here with me. After hearing I was doing my master's degree, he asked me, is it not quite expensive doing your master's degree as an international student? Do you have any form of support in terms of scholarship, or you have your parents paying all these huge amounts of money? Then told him by God's grace I was able to secure a scholarship for this master's degree that I'm doing. I was quite happy to have heard that yes, I was doing my master's degree on scholarship. After a few minutes he asked me how my day went and where I was coming from. So I told him it hasn't been bad at all and I am coming from an interview. Then he asked, I thought you said you were a student. I told him I am a student, however, I need to get a job before the end of my master's and I only have 2 months to secure a job. He asked how come you have only 2 months to secure a job. I told him because of the scholarship arrangements, I may have to secure a job before I complete my master's. I had a follow-up question and asked, so how many interviews have you done so far and how is it going? I told him it hasn't been quite well because I've had several interviews and I've still not been able to even secure just one. He was like, so how do you go about job applications? I told him I have a journal purposely for job applications. And what I do during the application process is that from Monday to Wednesday, I'll search on every job website that I know that would advertise any job of my interest. Make sure that I have all of them written down in my journal so that from Thursday to Sunday, those days will be purposely for job applications. And that's what I've been doing all this while. He finally asked, so what if you don't get any of these jobs you're applying for? What happens? I told him I'll feel disappointed in myself, as well as have the thinking that I've let my parents and my siblings down, and any other person that I think that after getting this job I may be able to impact in their lives. He checked his time and told me that our train arrives in the next 10 minutes and so he would want to share something with me. Now listen to what he told me that has impacted my life significantly. He said when you go to the Far East, there is a tree called the ancient bamboo tree. And there is something significant about this tree in the sense that when you want to grow this tree, this is how you go about it. You need to water and fertilize the seed of this tree every single day for 5 years. And within those 5 years, you will not see any sign of growth of that seed because the seed is not going to break through the soil in any form. I remember when he got to this part, he said, now listen, this is the most interesting part of it. After the 5th year, the seed will then break through the soil. And it will only take 5 weeks for this seed that you've been watering and fertilizing all these 5 years to grow to a length of 80 to 90 feet. This is the question he asked me, how long do you think it took this tree to grow this 90 feet tall? Is it 5 years? Or 5 weeks? But listen, this is the most important bit you don't have to miss. Now let's compare your application process with this bamboo tree. There are 4 things I want you to learn from what I've just shared with you. And these were his words. You might not see any sign of life or hope in your dreams now. But trust me, you are building one of the strongest foundations for yourself, for your family, and for any person that you would want to impact in their lives. Second one is perseverance. Continue to show enthusiasm in your applications and your interviews and do not give up so soon. Comparing it to the bamboo tree, you need to constantly water and fertilize for 5 years. So take this period as your 5 years. Next is commitment. Whilst you are doing your application and interviews, make sure you are doing every bit of it with all the strength, with all the energy, with the positivity you can think of. The last one is know why you planted that seed. Why do you want to get the job? You've talked about the impact you want to make in the lives of others. You've talked about not letting your parents down. You've talked about not being disappointed in yourself. Those are your whys. And these were his last words to me. Do not ever forget this conversation I've had with you and apply it in every aspect of your life. Just after he said this, our train arrived and he had to join the first class seat and I also had to join the standard, and so we bid ourselves goodbye. What happened next is what is going to blow your mind.